What does that dictate?
Whenever you're ready, Kelly.
Okay, so I heard Kayla's was on sports drinks. So this is actually good because it's very similar, but today I'm going to be talking about the chemistry of proteins and muscle gain. So I was inspired to talk about this because, well, I'm around sports a lot myself, and I had no idea about how one actually gained muscle and if there was a chemical reaction or if protein drinks and protein bars actually worked, because I've gone around campus and I've seen some people just carrying around like protein shakes, and I wanted to know if that was something that actually worked. Okay, so when we say the word protein, you think of automatically these foods in the bottom right, and so we have chicken, steak, and so yes, these are proteins that are good for your body and everyone knows are good for exercise. But I want to know more about what happens when you eat them. Okay, so a definition of a protein is a large molecule composed of one or more chains of amino acids in a specific order. So the proteins in your body are required for the structure, function, and regulation of body cells, tissues, and organs. So there's a bunch of different types of proteins in your body, and they take care of all those functions. Okay, so these are the 8 types of proteins. 8 types of proteins mostly take care of everything in your body, but they take care of your adrenaline. They get everything from your bloodstream because the protein is absorbed by your bloodstream when you digest it. And so we have, for example, the defense protein is not seen a lot in humans, but it would be in control of like snake venom and that type of stuff in other animals. But so we have proteins that are in charge of hormones and viruses. So there's all types of proteins, but we're going to focus on contractile proteins, and they're in charge of your muscles. Okay. So actin and myosin. Okay, so these are the 2 types of contractile proteins, and basically they take what's called ATP, which takes the amino acids from the blood system and turns it into chemical energy. And the myosin, which you can see right here, so this is obviously a muscle, and they're very tiny, actin and myosin. So the myosin convert ATP into the actual energy that you use to move your muscles. And there's voluntary and involuntary muscle movement. So involuntary would be your heart beating, involuntary is me moving my arm up and down, right? So myosin is in charge of getting the energy there to move your muscles. And so I was concerned about, okay, so these people who are drinking protein drinks, what is that doing for them? What could that possibly be doing? And it turns out that they aren't really doing anything for them. So when you go to a workout, you're supposed to be having a healthy amount of protein before and after your workout, along with carbohydrates and fats. So there's supposed to be a healthy balance of all 3 of those. And when you continue to drink or eat protein, it's not necessarily giving you more muscle. You're only supposed to be only be eating or drinking the amount of protein there is to repair the muscle after you exercise. So it's not going to help you to drink more and more protein, because it's only going to take what it needs, basically. Okay, so this is a short slide, but the ATP breakdown reaction and interaction of myosin and actin. Okay, so basically ATP is an energy molecule that works as a chemical currency. And as I said, the myosin takes this ATP and chemically converts it into energy. And the cells produce the ATP by breaking down carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. And like I said, you need a healthy dose of all 3 of those, not just protein, to convert that energy. Okay, so it's suggested that you consume a post-workout meal consisting of lean protein and carbohydrates within 30 minutes after you work out. If you wait too long, your body will use proteins in your skeletal muscles and convert them into glucose for energy. So it's important that you eat within 30 minutes because it will use conserved proteins to fill in that muscle that's torn if you don't give it more protein in the first place. Okay, and I wrote proteins, drinks, and bars to say that, like I said, they don't work unless you're drinking them or eating them within 30 minutes of the first part of your workout, or the second part of your workout. Okay, so that's what I